Welcome to We Used to Live Together. I'm Hannah.
I'm Chris.
And we used to live together.
Roomies, look who's back.
Hey.
She went overseas and she decided to come back here.
I almost didn't.
Because it was so beautiful?
Yeah. Did you see my one Instagram story that was like my recent search history?
Yeah.
I was like, how can an American move to Galway?
Oh, man. Well, you have a lot to say.
I have a lot to say.
Okay.
This whole episode's for me.
This whole episode is for you. Let's talk about me for 2 minutes.
Okay. What's good with you, my dude? I haven't seen you in 2 weeks.
I want to tell you about two things. And one of them you already know about. The book exchange that we had. My cousin Rihanna had a birthday book exchange with the whole fam.
Mm-hmm.
She got the idea from seeing your Valentine's Day book exchange. And she's like, you know what? No, I'm going to do that for my birthday.
I love that.
And everyone was on board. Everyone did a book basket. Everyone talked about, before the exchange, before the white elephant type exchange, we went through and talked about what was in our basket, why we chose the books and the things that were in there. So everyone knew what was on the table.
Yeah.
And then we went through and did like a white elephant. People were stealing.
It's fun.
It was a lot of stealing.
People were stealing.
Yeah.
Wow. I've never seen such thievery in a white elephant.
Yeah, there was a lot.
In any white elephant I've ever done.
That's so
It's
funny.
like instead of even looking at the table, it's like people were just stealing right away.
Which was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
So thank you for that.
Yeah.
And Rihanna actually asked me to thank you for giving her that idea because that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I think people came away with, I think people generally liked what they got. So what did you bring, AJ? The cookbook.
Yeah, I brought a Martha Stewart cookbook.
Nice.
And inside was what is it? Graza olive oil.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Fancy olive oil.
A nice wooden spoon, some measuring spoons, and pot holders. And in the basket was a mixing bowl.
Did you end up giving the bowl away?
Cute.
Yeah, I gave the bowl away.
Cute.
And I brought the book that inspired me to be an author.
Aww.
Jeremy Thatcher, Dragon Hatcher. And boy, did I lean heavily into the egg theme. And thankfully, we're right around Easter time.
It came at a great time.
Great time. So that went really well.
Good.
The other thing I wanted to tell you about, I'm almost done with season 1 of White Lotus.
Okay.
I gotta say, I'm enjoying it.
It's weird, right?
I really am enjoying it. It's not what I thought.
Yeah.
And it is, it's like this weird layer of drama and comedy.
Yeah.
And almost comedy at the expense of like, it's like a dramatic scene, but I'm laughing out loud.
Right.
And it's like weird because it's like, oh, it's like my wires are like crossed.
Yes.
Because it's like, obviously like what's happening is serious, but I am cackling.
Yeah.
So it's that weird kind of like really great TV making.
Yeah.
Like good writing and the cinematography with all the beautiful like kind of scenes and the music, the Hawaiian music, great.
And that's the one with Sydney Sweeney and then your girl, what's her name with the eyes?
Yes,
Yeah.
I was gonna say Alexander Daddario.
Yeah.
Hot.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
And her husband.
I didn't, dude. I don't know how they found a guy that also looked douchey.
Yeah.
Like, how did you find the douchiest looking actor to play this douchey role?
And Molly Shannon's in this
and
one,
Molly
right?
Shannon, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm halfway through the finale.
Okay.
I had to pause because I had to come here.
Dang, I'm so sorry.
That's okay. But I'm really enjoying it.
It's fun, right?
And
I can't wait for you to season 2.
oh, season 2, like the good one?
I love season 2.
So yeah, I really am looking forward to the rest of it. But yeah, it's unlike really any other show.
Yeah. It's like you can't look away.
Dude, and that's the thing. It's like these are all shitty characters.
Yeah.
Like I'm not rooting for anybody, but also I'm rooting for something, you know, like it's like when the guy like he was like 5 years sober.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, like don't throw that away.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? You know?
Yeah.
And then it's like it's all downhill from there. But
Yeah.
like, wow.
I know.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, I'm so happy you're liking it.
No, I don't like anyone on this show,
Yeah.
but like it's so addictive.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
Of
I will
course.
keep you updated
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
What's good, my dude?
Well, I went on a little trip
mm-hmm.
overseas
Mm-hmm.
to a little.
Maybe just talk about the background. Like, how did we get to this point of
Okay.
you like wanting to take this trip?
Yeah. It's always been at the top of my bucket list
Mhm.
because that's where my family is from.
Mm-hmm.
And my great grandma's cottage still exists
Your
in
mom's
Ireland.
grandma.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we own a plot of land there.
Mm-hmm.
And the cottage is still standing. I've always seen like pictures of it, and so I've known that I've always wanted to go and see
Do
it.
they live in the cottage?
It's not.
Oh, it's
Livable.
not livable.
No.
Okay.
And what really made me want to do it is my Nana got to go. Her eldest son and his wife took her a couple years before she passed.
Mhm.
She was able to see it. And there's this picture of my Nana that I love, and it's her like standing. She's standing next to a sign that says County Mayo, and she's like pointing.
Oh.
And so it's like I always wanted to go and like do that, recreate that picture, and
Mhm.
like just get to, I don't know, experience. Because I
and
guess
you did.
part of me is
Yeah.
like jealous that people got to experience that with her and I didn't. Like
oh,
I don't know,
like
like-
other cousins.
just I like wanted to just go and like feel close to her.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you did have a special relationship with your Nana.
So I did take a
Yeah, yeah.
recreate it anyways.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so it's always kind of been top of the list, and I feel like we talk about going every year, and then
You and Lorenzo.
something always
Mhm.
happens where
Yeah.
like we can't make it happen, but this fell into place.
Okay, good.
I know. Before we get started though, I have gifts.
Uh-oh.
I have gifts from the Emerald Isle.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Gifts of more. Oh,
Wow.
oh, that's clever.
Isn't that
That's
cute?
clever.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Open them up.
Uh-oh.
I thought you would.
Oh, that's a towel with the
Irish
Irish blessing.
Let's go.
Hey!
A Guinness yo-yo.
Let's go.
Oh, shoot.
Wow.
I love this. Beautiful. And little houses. Oh, this is so cute.
I was
What is
really
it?
They're like little
Oh,
ceramic.
cute,
Yeah.
cute.
This is going to go in the kitchen.
I was really excited because
Oh, this is cute.
each present came from a different part of our trip, like a different like city. we
This
were
is
in.
from, obviously.
County Clare,
Uh-huh.
and then we got the little house in Galway and the yo-yo from Dublin.
Oh,
Like,
this is
So we like
Wow.
collected them along our little road trip.
You got an Irish yo-yo.
Yes.
Wow.
Yo-yo.
Yo. Yo-yo.
Yo-yo.
Dude, they have yo-yos everywhere.
Do they?
Any museum we went to, there was a yo-yo. I was like, how do we choose which one to get?
We're literally in the yo-yo renaissance. I
Yeah.
believe that.
And then Lorenzo was like, we have to do the Guinness one because
Yeah, of
you
course.
were hyping us up all trip about splitting
Yeah.
G.
And
So
you were
And
successful.
Boy, did you guys split some G's.
I
Yeah.
split those G's
You
and
sure
then
did.
passed the rest of the cup right over to
To
Lorenzo.
Oh, man.
It was just a game
Yeah.
deal.
Because I could do it and he couldn't.
We saw the videos and we are like, wow, Hannah's getting really good at this. She must be getting practice.
Anyways, so it was amazing.
Mhm.
Do I just start from the beginning?
Yeah. Take us
Okay.
through day one.
Day one.
Actually, day zero at
Day
the
zero
airport.
at the airport. This was the best flight I've ever
Okay.
done.
Were you medicated?
I actually wasn't.
Oh.
I think I was nervous about my mom.
Oh, you were
I
more
wanted-
worried about her.
Yeah, I think it took a little bit of.
So that kind of sharpened you.
Yeah.
You're like, I
And
cannot.
I was like, is this how parents feel with kids? Like they're like so worried about their
Yeah,
kids
yeah.
that they like,
Mhm.
yeah. So that's kind of how I felt. And then we got on the plane. It did suck because it was a red eye. And I feel
Mhm.
like whenever I'm on a red eye, I can never sleep. And then I get mad at myself for not being able to sleep. And then I'm
Mhm.
just frustrated the entire flight.
Yeah.
So I maybe slept like 3 hours.
Okay.
Lorenzo was knocked out.
Oh, of course.
So annoying.
Snoring.
Yeah. No, literally. And then my mom couldn't really sleep either. So we were just doing like skincare and,
Okay.
you know, all of that stuff. But yeah, we landed.
What airport?
What do you mean?
What, in Ireland.
Dublin.
Dublin,
We flew
okay.
into Dublin.
Okay.
And it was already 2:30 in the afternoon there.
When you arrived. Okay.
So we knew we had to like push through. We couldn't fall asleep.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And that was tough. But so like we get off the airplane, we get our bags and like we get a taxi from the airport, and like
Uh-huh.
the guy that takes us, his name is Seamus.
Oh,
I was dying, and he is just the nicest man.
Yeah.
Like giving us all the tips, all the suggestions, like so sweet. And so already I'm like, okay, I'm obsessed with this place. Like, I love it here.
Yeah.
We get to our hotel. We're like, okay, let's just take a break. Let's like reassess. We had dinner reservations at 6:30.
Okay.
So it had a couple of hours
To refresh.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, get dolled up.
Exactly.
It was the eve of St. Patrick's
St.
Day.
Patrick's Day
so
eve,
the girlies were out.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, everyone was out.
No.
It was crazy. So we went to this like cute little pub. I had beef stew. Lorenzo had lamb stew.
Okay.
My mom had seafood chowder.
Oh.
And we just had the greatest time.
I would have had seafood chowder too.
We had the greatest time.
Yeah.
We were like Lorenzo finally got his Guinness. Like I had like a little like cider. And then we went to another bar and we were introduced to baby Guinnesses, which I had never heard of. And it's a shot and it's Kahlua, and then they do a rim of Bailey's to make it look like a Guinness. I would love
that.
Yeah. And so that was just the whole trip. All three of us would look at each other and go like this, and that meant it's baby Guinness time.
I fear we might have to have some baby
we should have
Guinnesses
done it today.
here. Oh no.
I know. It was so good. So yeah, from then on out, anytime we went to a pub, we'd go like this, and then Lorenzo would go order us baby Guinnesses. But then we went to bed, and then we woke up, and it was St. Patrick's Day. So it was time to go. My mom and I
go time.
Yeah, my mom and I went to F45 out there, which was super fun.
Oh, I saw that. Talk about that.
They didn't have any merch, which I was really sad about, because you know how like some will have like Irvine or Tustin.
It was in Dublin?
Yeah.
Okay.
They didn't have any, which I was bummed about, but we walked there. It was like a 10-minute walk from our hotel. And it was just really fun because all the trainers like had
Irish
accents and like they were just like so excited to meet. Everyone is so
interested.
Nice.
Oh,
just so nice there.
I was gonna say interested in Americans.
Actually, this was really sweet, and I forgot to bring this up. But our I need to look it up. Our Seamus, he was telling us like, hold on, here it is. He was telling us like what the slogan is for Ireland, and it's I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Céad Míle Fáilte, which means a land of 1,000 welcomes. Wow. And like he's like, because we just want to make sure everyone feels at home here. Yeah. And that's like literally every experience we had with anybody that we came in contact with. That's literally how they made us feel. Like a land of 1,000 welcomes.
That reminds me of New Orleans, because that
really?
was like a similar vibe. Like every Uber was so nice. Like everyone was just so genuinely kind and welcoming.
Yeah.
And it's weird because like we're coming from like LA.
We're
or
not
Orange
used to that.
Where like everyone's like,
don't look at me. Yeah.
So it's like, so I love that. It's like a unique vibe that like we're not used to. Yeah. But when you're there, it's like, oh, I love it.
I know. It like took me a while because as historically I've disclosed that I am a very trusting person. So when I travel, I have my guard up.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh, I don't have to really do that here. Yeah. Like I can be friendly.
Right.
But like, so that was at 45, they were just asking like a million questions about what it's like over here. And
do they have like the same workouts and the same like equipment?
Same everything. Wow. Except it was all in
it was all in kilograms?
Yeah.
Metric system.
Yeah. But yeah, it was really fun.
Wow.
So we did that, and then it was like, okay, we got to go back, and we just got dressed up. We were. I mean, you saw my outfit.
I saw the outfits. Yeah.
And then it was like we did the parade. Like there were just thousands of people. Like it's televised in Ireland, so any pub you go into, they're showing it. Like it's like
the Thanksgiving Day parade.
Literally,
here. Yeah.
And then after that, it was just like everyone just going to the pub, and so we are just like, I don't even know what happened. Like I can't even.
You blacked out.
I don't remember the day really. Like it was just like you just walk down the street, you go into a pub, you get a drink. Then you walk down the street, you go into a different pub, you get a drink.
Wow.
And then
did you go to mass?
We didn't go to mass. I could not. We walked by St. Patrick's Cathedral.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
but
fun.
they wouldn't let us in. They were like, we're doing a special service
for real Irish people.
Yeah. And we can tell that
not
me decked out in my shamrock sunglasses.
Oh, what? I can't come in?
Look at me, I'm ready.
No Americans allowed. Wow.
Yeah. I don't even remember where we ended or how we got back to the hotel.
I don't know how I woke up the next day.
I posted a video on Patreon because that was literally the only evidence of the day.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I guess what happens in Dublin stays in Dublin.
I remember like getting fish and chips at like
I bet it was
11.
fire. Was it fire?
It was so good.
Oh man.
We got fish and chips at like 11 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And
11 p.m.
And then that was I don't remember.
And then it was
like
after that.
we were at.
And you woke up on day 3.
On day 3, and we went to F45.
Oh,
hungover.
Again?
Yeah.
Was it the same one?
Yeah, same one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then after that, after that we did some more sightseeing in Dublin.
Mm-hmm.
Like honestly, my first impression of Dublin, like I guess I was expecting to get off the plane and like immediately feel like I was in Europe. I don't know, with like cobblestones and like, but it's very much like a
pretty
city.
modern?
Yeah, it's like not like New York, but like same kind of vibe.
Okay.
But like not as busy, I guess.
Like they have tall buildings and
they
stuff?
don't have tall buildings.
I was gonna say, yeah.
But like, I don't know. They have like it's like a subway. Like they have like all the kind of things.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure it feels like London a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Like
I've never been.
London's a bit modernized. Like,
Yeah.
it's like the roads are redone. It's paved.
Yeah.
It's like there's a little bit of ancient like feeling.
Like you'll
to
walk
it.
by a castle.
Right. You'll
No
walk,
big deal.
You'll walk by this like 2,000-year-old building.
100%.
Yeah.
And then right next to it is like a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
interesting.
Okay.
Amsterdam also feels that way.
Oh, okay.
You can tell that it's old.
Old. Yeah.
And the layout looks like European,
Yeah.
but it's new.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So but there's still a lot to see in Dublin, like the St. Patrick's Cathedral, and so we did that. We went to Trinity College, which was like unreal. I'm like, how is this a place? But there they have like the Book of Kells Museum, and they have like you get to go tour their huge library. And
Is that like their like Oxford
yeah,
or something? Like
Yeah.
it's like Dublin's like
yes,
biggest school.
yeah.
Academia.
Those European colleges
Oh my
are
god,
something else.
I'm like, how you just wake up and go to school here? Like,
That's what when we were in Oxford, I was like,
Yeah.
you go to here?
Yeah.
This is Hogwarts.
yeah, this is incredible, and
Yeah.
it's just in the middle of a city,
Right.
It's like you step down there and you're like, yeah, they breed geniuses here.
Yeah,
And
like
then-
you can smell it.
And then I
Yeah.
go to Cal State Fullerton.
Yeah.
And I'm like, are all y'all idiots?
Yeah.
yeah. It was crazy. Oh wait, I do remember. So on St. Patrick's Day, at every pub, it was like they had Irish dancing. So
And?
and it was amazing.
Did you?
No.
Oh,
you were-
man,
you were
we were
frothing
waiting
at the mouth.
We were waiting
I know,
for that.
I know. I didn't. But so that was really cool. They had like things set up around the city, like different celebration
Okay.
things. But anyway, so yeah, we went to Trinity College. We did St. Patrick's Cathedral. We went to just like all of the historical sites.
Right.
And then it was tattoo day
In Dublin.
in
Okay,
Dublin.
yeah.
So my mom and I got matching tattoos.
And
It was awesome.
Care to show?
yeah, there it is. Wow. Okay. So you're tatted more
Twice.
than me.
I got 2 tats.
and I'm got one.
Oh, you got 2.
Yeah. But I have this one.
That was from
I'm
before.
sorry. I
From
thought you-
before.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. So yeah, it was an artist that I had been following, and she
Oh,
was
Really? Oh, so it wasn't just like a rando.
No,
you
she
were.
like specializes in fine line and botanical.
So you had done your research ahead of time. Okay.
Botanical fine line, and she was insane. Like I showed her the picture of what I wanted. She freehanded it on my skin,
No.
and then it turned out like this. Like it was just
Beautiful.
perfect. Yeah,
Wow.
literally perfect. So that was fun.
And your mom got the same one.
Yeah.
Matching tattoos. Okay.
And
and Lorenzo got his on his lower back.
Yeah, tramp stamp.
Right.
No, while we were getting our tattoos, he was picking up the rental car.
Oh, you have to tell us about driving.
I know.
How was it?
I know. It was so weird. Honestly, like I was chill, but I don't know how Lorenzo did it.
Automatic. It was automatic.
Okay, so that was the
Or
issue.
stick shift.
Okay, so we went to Hertz and they only had stick shifts, and he almost did it, but then he realized like, oh, I have to change the gears with my left.
Correct.
Yeah, and he's like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
And so he had to shop around. He found an automatic, thankfully, because we had to leave that night. We had checked out of our hotel. We were heading to County Mayo.
Mm-hmm.
And so he picked up the car and drove to pick us up from the tattoo place. And like, right, it was a 3-hour drive from Dublin to County Mayo, and it was already 5 p.m. So like we knew it was going to be in the dark. So we were really scared. But like exiting Dublin in this car, no, it was terrifying.
Not easy.
Because it's like the wrong side, the other side of the car, and then the other side of the street.
Correct.
And then there are just roundabouts everywhere. Like that, I don't know. There's like no 4-way stops. It's all roundabouts. And so navigating that, and then he kept like getting super close to the mountains. Like when we were
to the mountains.
Yeah, because like once we left Dublin, like it's all countryside. So he kept like saying like, "Hey, just watch that I don't run into this mountain." It was so stressful, but like by like day 3, he was fine.
He was good. Okay.
And we drove like all of Ireland. Like
wow,
it was like a road. Like we just went.
Trip.
We went everywhere.
Yeah.
And yeah, so after that we went to
what
County
kind of
Mayo.
car? Like you guys all like
it was
all
like
your stuff
it was
was
called
in
a
there.
Skoda. It was like a European car.
Like an SUV?
Kinda. No, more like a hatchback.
How did you fit all your stuff in there?
It fit. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, it had a lot of trunk space.
Okay.
Yeah, it was I don't know if it's just like a European. I'd never seen that brand.
Okay.
It's a Czech Republic company.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay.
And they were everywhere.
Oh yeah, it looks very European.
Everyone had a Skoda.
A Skoda.
Everyone had a Skoda. But yeah, so then we headed to County Mayo, which is where my family's from.
Uh-huh.
And we stayed at this. So you know, like you've stayed at an Airbnb, and it's just they just like send you the code. You know, like you're communicating with the host, and they're like, "Here's the code to get in."
They're usually
blah, blah,
not
blah.
there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So the lady, her name is Kathleen, and she was communicating with Lorenzo the whole time and was like, "Well, I want to be there to welcome you guys." And we had left super late, and we were like, "We're not going to get there till like 9. Like, there's no need for you to wait up." She waited up for us, gave us like a whole tour of the place, like the sweetest lady.
Yeah.
And
like an older lady?
Yeah. And so she like, the background of the cottage was she was a caretaker for the couple that used to live there. And
they left it to her?
Yeah. Like they're not family.
So
they weren't family. They left her this cottage after they passed, and she like turned it into this Airbnb, and she kept like the antique furniture, like all of the teacups, like she has them all on display.
Wow.
It was just like the sweetest.
Like she doesn't live there, obviously, right? She lives somewhere else.
She lives somewhere else.
Yeah.
She just has this cottage, and it was like literally just when you picture like an Irish cottage, it was that, and it was just so magical.
In the countryside?
In the countryside.
Oh, wow.
There's llamas across the street. There's sheep everywhere. Like it was just beautiful.
Like no city in sight.
No.
It's like just
you. Quiet. Yeah.
Wow.
It was gorgeous, and like definitely like the highlight. And she was just so welcoming. She stayed until 1 a.m.
talking with you?
Just talking to us.
Aww.
And then she was like, "Oh, if you want," because what we found out is corned beef and cabbage is not a thing there. It's Americanized. They eat bacon and cabbage.
Oh, that's even better.
That's like the traditional meal.
Yeah.
So we're like freaking out because we're like, "Oh, well, we always eat corned beef and cabbage." Like we feel like idiots. And she's like, "I'm going to come back on Thursday and I'll make you like dinner." It was so sweet. So I'm going to jump around a little bit, but she comes back on Thursday and she just prepares us this whole entire meal.
Uh-huh.
She makes fresh brown bread for us. Like she
made it?
Yeah, from scratch.
Wow.
And just made us this delicious bacon and cabbage meal, and like made us this trifle dessert. It was like lemon raspberry.
Yeah.
And we just like sat and talked with her for hours, and she got us gifts. Like
what kind of gifts?
Like because I was really fascinated by like, there's this like Saint Bridget, and she's kind of a badass.
Uh-huh.
Like, like her story is just like,
her name is familiar to me.
yeah, she like kind of takes her dad down, and like she takes leadership over this thing, and like
women in power.
Yeah, we love it.
Yeah.
So I was asking her questions because she like had left a book of like, you know, Irish folklore stories, and so I was asking her, and she's like, "Well, yeah, every February 1st, like you build a Bridget's cross and you put it over your house for protection." And I was like, "Oh, that's so cool. I've never seen one." She went and found them for me and my mom. So now my mom has one at her house, and me and Lorenzo have one at our house.
Every February you're going to hang it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Kathleen, that's so sweet.
So thoughtful. And so, yeah. And then she came the Friday we left. She came to meet us to say goodbye. And
how long were you there in total?
We were there for 3 nights.
Okay.
And she was just like, "When you come back, like don't book through Airbnb and just call me." And like,
Kathleen.
I'm just like, this is so sweet. But yeah, so I kind of jumped around a bit. But the first day we were in County Mayo, we went to this coffee shop that was just like an out of body experience.
Describe like what the setting. Like I'm trying to picture where you were exactly.
So picture like Coalinga, but like green, just all green.
Just rolling hills of green.
Rolling hills of green, sheep everywhere, cows everywhere.
Animals, tons of animals.
Yeah, and like just little cottages.
So like not
and we're on the coast. So it's a coastal
small town. That's so beautiful.
And so I don't remember, we were in our Airbnb was in a place called like,
it was a town?
Yeah, the town was like Bullytobin or something like that.
But like the Airbnb itself was like, like not in the town.
Yeah, and when I say town, I mean like they have a gas station and like a little convenience store. Okay. And then this like coffee shop.
Okay.
That, again, the lady who owned this cottage died, left the cottage to the town, and they auctioned it off to these three sisters, and the three sisters turned it into this coffee shop for the community.
Another lady who died just left. That's so sweet.
I know. Yeah. So we were in Bellytobe. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, Bellytobin or whatever. Then like Westport is like the big beach city, which was like 20 minutes away from us. That's where like they have like a downtown and like all that
felt
stuff.
more like a city.
Yeah, and then but not like a city, like maybe like a small Huntington Beach vibe, like just a couple of shops. And then my family is from a little city called Newport, which didn't have anything. It was kind of like the place we were staying at.
Okay.
So yeah, we went to this coffee shop.
Yes.
The coffee was incredible. The
like
breakfast,
best coffee.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Irish breakfast.
What was it? What did it consist of?
It's like the sausages, and then you get bacon, and then you get black and white pudding, which is like bricks of like gravy. Like it's like cake. It's gravy cake.
What? What is it? What's the texture?
Like is it like biscuits and gravy?
No, like it's thick. It's almost like like a cupcake.
What's it called?
You said? Cupcake.
Just black and white pudding.
But like savory?
Savory.
What is it made of?
I don't know. I think it's just gravy.
I mean, sign me up for a gravy cupcake. I'll eat that. I'll eat it.
Does it say anything?
All I see here is white pudding is broadly similar to black pudding, but does not include blood.
Oh. Well, I didn't know that's what we were eating.
What is this, dude?
It was really good.
Yeah, okay, black pudding, a traditional blood sausage made with pork or beef blood.
It was sausage?
Yeah, pork or beef sweat and not sweat. Not it's SUET. And a grain, usually oatmeal.
I did not.
Wow, you had quite a meal.
I did not realize that.
Was it delicious though?
It was delicious. And then they give you beans with the toast and the.
Oh yeah.
So Lorenzo got that every morning.
Of course.
Loved it.
But
that was really special. And then we headed out to Newport.
Okay.
To see my family land.
And was it emotional?
That was crazy. It was. First of all, we have sheep.
Wait, so who owns it now? Is it still in the family?
It's still in the family, and right now my family in Pennsylvania,
they own that.
I don't know if they own it, but they're the ones that are like overseeing it.
Okay.
So they're the ones
so they have people who watch the land for them
and they're doing like all the remodeling.
Oh, they're remodeling it.
They're trying to make it inhabitable so that we could have like a vacation home.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I will be there.
Yeah. But looking at it, I'm like, what? How?
They probably have to do a lot of work, right?
A lot of work.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like
it's probably 1,000 years old, Hannah.
Yeah. No, literally. Like it's crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
So we had, I guess, Ireland or County Mayo had a storm that was like the worst storm they've ever had. They didn't have power for a week, and like all these trees were uprooted. So the lands looked a little crazy because like all the trees were knocked over. But so we had to like climb over things, but once we got there, like it was just like, I don't know, it was like so surreal.
Yeah.
Like just like touching it and like.
Did you feel like your ancestors?
I felt it like move in me, you know? And it's a lot of land.
Yeah.
And we have sheep.
Do you know the exact amount of land?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just like all cobblestone. They have like an outhouse.
The building
itself.
Uh-huh.
And there's like 2 windows.
So you couldn't drive up, could you? Or
No.
you had to walk.
Yeah, we had to walk.
Okay.
But yeah, it was just like really surreal. Yeah.
And no one lives there now. Like it's nothing.
Yeah,
it's just
nothing.
like grazing for the animals.
Yeah, for the animals.
And the sheep just like hang out there.
They just hang out.
Is that where you
there.
met the sheep?
No, that was a different sheep.
That was different. Okay,
Yeah.
so that was it. Okay, we'll get to that. I'm jumping ahead. Sorry.
But yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, super emotional. And we just got really lucky. Well, we got jammy. That's what they say. You got jammy with the weather.
That means lucky.
Yeah.
Lucky with the weather.
Ooh.
Jammy with the weather.
Oh, I'm trying to get jammy.
Yeah. Because it was like sunshine. Like it was freezing. It was cold, but like we had so much sunshine. Like
Is that uncommon?
Yeah, they said it's always like raining.
It's always overcast.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we had a ton of sunshine. And so after that, the lady at the coffee shop was like, you need to go to Atchil Island. Like the drive is beautiful and you're going to have so much fun.
To an actual island?
It's called Atchil Island.
Oh, that's what it's called.
Yeah. And
off the coast of like right there?
Yeah, it was about a 30-minute drive.
Okay.
And it was just like this beautiful coastal drive and it brought you up to this hill and just like insane views of like the coast.
Wow.
And so we spent time up there. We got dinner. It was just like a really cool day.
Okay.
And then the following day we explored Westport, which is like that tinier town or village that was more populated.
Okay.
A little bit more alive.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a really famous a bar there called Matt Malloy's. And that's where we got to experience our first like trad music session.
Go on.
Oh, yes.
So we're like sitting in there and then all of a sudden like these 2 guys show up with instruments and we're just like, oh my God, it's happening.
You're just minding your own business.
We're just drinking.
There.
We're just drinking.
And then these 2 guys
and
show up.
They just start playing and then another guy shows up and joins them. And then this random kid with his violin shows up and they just accept him right in and they just all are just making music together. And they're like, oh, do you know this one? Do you know this one?
No sheet music in sight. Just playing from the heart.
Yeah. And it was the cutest thing, Chris.
Aw.
At the pub, like behind where they were sitting, they had like hanging guitar holders so that they could just put their guitars or violins and go get a drink and then come back and like
The fact that they have
I
that
know.
just for that.
And it was just like so cool because it was so many generations. Like there were college kids that were there like listening to music. Then there were older people there. Like it was just like such a really like communal vibe that it was just
like nothing you've experienced here.
No.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Okay.
And then we did a hike to Tormacady waterfall. My mom went into the water. It was freezing.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
She did a cold plunge in there, which is crazy.
Wow.
But
She loves a cold.
She loves one thing about Mary is she loves a cold plunge. The ice mom, if you will.
Yeah. Wow.
But yeah, so that was a really fun hike. And then after that, we headed to Galway.
You just packed up your little
and our
suitcase.
little Skoda. We headed on over to Galway, which was like
How far is that?
it was like maybe 2 hours.
Is that another coastal town or?
Yeah, so we were
Okay.
kind of on
On
the
the
west
coast.
coast of Ireland.
Okay, West Coast, baby.
I know, I'm a West Coast girl.
West
On our way there, we stopped at we stopped at some castles, like the Ashford.
Yeah, no big deal. Just checked out some castles.
Ashford Castle,
Mhm.
which was like so crazy. And then we ended up in this town where they shot a movie. My God, with John Wayne.
John Wayne.
The airport?
Like The Quiet Man.
Mm.
It's like an older movie.
An old movie.
Yeah, with John Wayne. But this whole town is like, they filmed it in that town, and that town is just like frozen in time. Like it almost looked like a Universal set. Like when you go on the studio
No way.
tour, it was like
wow.
nothing had
Wow.
changed. They have a huge sculpture.
That's their claim to fame.
Yeah.
John Wayne.
And so we we were just like walking around and I was like, this is
You're like,
strange.
weird.
I was like, I don't know how I feel right now. But they had this really cute monument that was like, every year they pick a Citizen of the Year. And that the award they get is like their name on this monument. And then they are free to feed their cattle wherever and wherever they want. Whenever and wherever. That's the prize.
That's so sweet.
That's the prize.
Why am I crying? Okay.
I know. So then we get to Galway, and the Airbnb is incredible.
Okay.
It's like a 3-story Airbnb. We each have our own bathroom. It's like there's
Really?
3 bathrooms.
Wow.
It's crazy. And then there's like a loft with like this huge window that opens up. And
yeah, I saw
we're
that.
right on the water.
That's the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
That's just like it's right there. Yeah. I thought it was a river, and I was like, "What river is that?"
No.
That's just the ocean.
Yeah. Galway's very coastal, and then we were like within walking distance of like the downtown area.
Okay.
And it's kind of like a U-shaped, the downtown area. So a lot of things were like you have to do this pub crawl. So that was
Of course you must.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the first time we got there, we just went to dinner and got drinks and stuff. And then the second day we planned to do this pub crawl, and it was
The best.
so fun.
Better than anything we've done.
Just like the live music.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And I got to get so there's like the original Clottering store, Thomas Dillon, and it's
Original what?
Clottering.
Clottering. What is that?
This.
Whoa.
A ring? Like
Yeah.
jewelry?
Yeah, so it's like a crown, like hands holding a heart with a crown, and it stands for, I think, love, loyalty, and friendship. And so in my family, you get your first Clottering when you're 16, and it's like a relationship status. So when the heart is like pointing this way with the hands, it means you're single. And then when the heart is pointing towards you, it means you're taken. So like Lorenzo, when we got together, he flipped my original Clottering because he asked me to be his girlfriend.
Yeah, he did.
So yeah, he did. And it was really sad because my mom got me that one, and then I ended up losing it in the ocean. I haven't.
Oh, this is a thing, like an Irish tradition.
Like, yeah, every Walker girl has gotten their Clottering at 16 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. So I haven't had one.
And Clottering refers to what? Like the design or what?
So there's so much lore behind it, but it was created in Claddagh, Ireland. And so Galway, that's like, it's part of Galway. And so it's because the shape of like the town with the water kind of like reflects that shape of the ring. But yeah, so it's been around since like 1756.
And it originated there.
Yeah.
And that, wow.
So Thomas Dillon. And I knew like, okay, well, I haven't had one in years, and I really want one, and I really wanted it from there. So if you look on the inside, it says like TD Original.
Who's Thomas Dillon?
The guy who
invented it.
The ring. Yeah.
There.
And they have a whole museum, and you get to see like the original Clottering and like
wow.
all of this stuff. So it's very expensive because it's like actual
This is
gold.
expensive? This is real.
Yeah.
I'm going to give that back to you.
Wait, I want to see.
Here, I'm going to throw it.
Wow.
Yeah. So and
now every time you put it on, you're transported.
Yeah.
To
it brings me right back to Galway. Yeah. It's crazy. It only works for me though. Yeah.
For a Walker girl.
Yeah, for a Walker girl.
Yeah. Wow.
So I'm really happy that I have one again because it's something.
So the first one, you had the heart with the open hands?
Well, no, they all look like that.
Oh, they all look like that.
But when you have it facing outward, it's like, here, take my heart.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you're taken, you flip it around, so it's like, no, my heart's like.
How do you mean flip it? How?
Like you wear it this way.
Oh,
yeah.
I see. I see now.
Yeah.
I get it now. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So
you had a ring that looked just like that?
Yeah, it was silver.
When you were 16?
Yeah, my mom got it for me.
Okay.
And then I lost it in the ocean.
Oh.
So I haven't had one.
For years?
Probably since like 2012.
Uh-huh.
So I finally got one. And I love it. And I wasn't going to do it because of the price, but then Lorenzo was like, you literally have to do it. We're here.
Wow.
I
love that for you.
Yeah.
That's so sweet.
That was really special. And then, we did the pub crawl, which is super fun. Just like Galway's known for the music. So every pub, it was like music.
Wow.
And then we ended up at this one bar, and it was just this guy like playing all of the, like just covering a bunch of songs. He was so good. And
just him and a guitar.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he had a violinist too.
Oh, that video you sent me, the violin was killing. I was like, why is this making me so emotional?
I know.
It was so good.
So good.
Yeah.
And that night was just wild. Like, because the drinking age is 18. Everyone looks so little and like
babies.
Yeah, like just little babies.
And you, an old hag.
And my mom was just laughing. Like, they probably all think you like, oh, they took grandma out. Grandma's night out. I was like, if you know my mom, you know she does not look like a grandma,
Right,
but like
right.
it was just funny. And yeah, it was a really good time. And then we went home. And
How long were you in Galway?
we were there for 3 nights.
Okay.
Yeah, so about like the same time. But on the
Okay.
last day was when we did the day trip to the Cliffs of Moher.
Yeah.
Which was just...
I mean, and if you've seen any film that takes place in Ireland,
Yeah.
I'm sure you've seen these cliffs.
Right, but things I didn't even realize, like the Harry Potter. Yeah, I didn't realize that was that stone. The
little arch
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
They're in so many films.
Yeah.
So they're so iconic.
Iconic.
And you were there in person. And when I saw the video with you guys on the boat, I was like, I didn't know you were going to do that.
That's a travel hack. And I will, if you are planning to go to Ireland, go walk the Cliffs of Moher, because obviously you have to do that. But if you drive like 10 minutes to this town called Doolin, that's like down the street, and the town itself is so cute. So you can explore the town, but then take that ferry. It's a 50-minute ferry ride, and you get to go right up to the...
Where does the ferry go?
The ferry takes you to the Cliffs of Moher. So I saw it on TikTok.
Like, it's like you go out and it brings you back?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So I saw it on TikTok, and it's only like €12, and it was like incredible.
Yeah, the views I was seeing, I was like, whoa, you're like right there.
Yeah. So worth it. Highly recommend. Because
Okay.
that was like a whole...
we'll go when we go.
Yeah. It was a whole other experience, because like you get to see it when you're up there, but like to be low and realize
how tall they are.
And you're just like, what the heck?
Yeah.
And just like how, because then when you're on the boat, the guy who was taking us was like, there's another island like in the middle of the water. And he was like, no, the cliffs used to be way past that. But like years of water erosion pushed it back. That it's just like weird. You're like, how does anything work?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Kind of broke your brain a little bit, huh? Yeah.
But just like incredible view.
Wow.
Like I was like kind of speechless.
Were you just crying the whole time?
I was very speechless. Like, you know they're going to be beautiful, but then when you get there, you're like...
It just takes your breath away.
Yeah.
Wow.
Insane. And then they had, like, before you walk up to them, they have all these gift stores, but they're, like, inside the rocks.
Like
they
caves?
have a restaurant, and they've, like, carved out, like, inside the mountain.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Where Gifts of Moher was.
Oh, Gifts of Moher.
A little bit more inward.
Inland?
It's Southern Ireland.
Okay.
Yeah. But what did we... Oh my gosh. Okay, so on our way to Killarney, we stopped at a farm called the...
Oh, yeah. Tell us about that.
So
did you know that farm was there?
Yeah.
That was a pit stop
that
for
was
sure.
actually the one thing I really wanted to do in Ireland was go to this farm. It's called the Rothbond Family Farm. And you get to go on a tour. They let you feed baby sheep, and you get to watch a sheepdog
do the thing
demonstration.
Did they? And did you?
Oh God! But let me get there. Hold on. And we got to make scones, and then after
I have questions about the scones.
So I'm like, we had to leave at a certain time because it was like an hour out of Galway, and so we're like getting everything together, rushing out. And we get a flat tire. We get a nail in our tire.
You're lying.
And I'm like devastated.
You're lying.
I'm trying to be like positive because Lorenzo like this is all I've been talking about.
He changed the tire?
So we went, okay, I was like freaking out. I was like, okay, whatever. If we don't get to do it, we don't get to do it. I'll be fine. And he's like, but this is the one thing. So we went to this tire shop, female owned, only female mechanics.
Let's go.
This lady comes out, rips the tire off, has us patched
with
up,
her bare
has us patched up and ready to go in like 10 minutes and charges €11, so we make it in time.
Wow.
It was like
Hey,
most.
give it up for female mechanics. Let's go.
I mean,
Wow.
thankfully, like it was able to be patched up. It didn't.
Yeah.
We didn't need a whole new tire. But yeah, so we made it in time. And so the first part of it is making scones. So the farm has been in the Rothbahn family for years. The main like farm taker was raised there. And they turned it into this, like, they still live on the land. They live in a different house now, but they've turned like the main older house into this like tourist.
So it's literally farmland.
Yeah.
It's like green animals in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
And you drive up.
Yeah.
Are there buildings? It's like farm,
farm building. Like there's barns and then the cottage.
And they've turned it into this like almost like a tourist attraction.
Yeah, kind of. So you go into the main. So they've like upkept the original house that he grew up in, and they've kind of turned it into a little like historical
welcome center.
Yeah. And so that's we cooked in that little kitchen. So
in his kitchen?
Yeah.
That he grew up in?
Yeah.
Wow.
So the ladies there are like teaching you how to make scones. They had everything like pre-measured, and so they're walking us through the whole thing. We're making the scones.
That was part of the tour?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was like a whole thing.
Because when I saw that video, I was like, what are they making? It looks like scones. But you never told me you were making scones.
I know.
And were they delicious?
Yeah. So we make the scones, we cut them out, and then while they're baking is when we got to go on the tour. So I don't remember his name.
Seamus.
But we'll call him Seamus, who grew up there. He takes us to the around to meet all the animals.
Yeah.
So we got to meet Frank, the sheep that I loved, or the lamb. I don't know. What do we call him? The sheep or lamb?
I thought lambs were baby sheep.
Oh, okay.
That was my understanding, but I could be wrong.
I don't know.
Okay.
And then they have a Connemara pony, which is like a very famous Irish pony. So we got to meet that. Okay. And his best friend was a donkey. Oh. And they just like share a little pen together. It was so cute. And then we got to meet all of the sheep, and they had 5-day-old lambs, like baby lambs.
Wow.
And like, it was the cutest thing. He's like, okay, so who's ready to feed them? And only 3 people got to do it. And of course I was like,
yeah, of course.
I did not care that there were kids there.
No.
I was like, no, this is my time to shine. Give me that damn bottle.
You push a kid out of the way.
I'm throwing the kid. And the little sheep just come running out, and their tails are wagging. And I'm just like giving it its bottle. Oh. It was so sweet. And then we get to meet Bailey.
Who's Bailey?
Bailey is the border collie.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my
gosh. Bailey, yeah.
It was so freaking cute.
Wait, so they take you out into like
there's like
the open pasture?
Where his other lamb or sheep are eating.
Is there a lot of them?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Like a lot of sheep.
I think he said he has like 120 in total.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
And so he's like, Bailey's younger, and he's like giving us all his history. Like, right away, like if your dog is going to be good, like it's instinct. Oh. So he's like, you know right away if it's going to be a pet or it's going to be a work dog. Oh. And he's like, and I just love Bailey.
Oh.
And Bailey, like, listened to him. They put her out, and he called her out into the field.
She knows what she's doing.
She's doing
She knows exactly what she's doing.
I have a video of it. She's just like so low to the ground. And then the sheep are just like so scared of Bailey. And she just herds him right in. And then she goes and she just waits to be instructed on what to do next. It was so
sweet
fun.
Bailey.
And then we go back into the room, and we get to have our scones with homemade rhubarb and ginger jam.
Ginger jam.
Yeah, and tea. And we just get to eat the scones we made, and clotted cream.
Oh, clotted cream.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then they're just like, okay, well, just like enjoy your day. Feel free to walk around the farm. Like, they have gardens, and like they have a little gift shop. So I bought a sweater. Like, it was just like, it was so magical.
What a fun day.
Yeah. And then, then we went to Killarney from there. So we...
Oh, yeah, you were not even to your destination yet. That was like halfway through. Yeah. Okay, and then?
And then we went to dinner.
Wait, Killarney is like a bigger town?
Smaller than Galway for sure, but like still, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All of the, like, they all have little downtown areas, but Killarney's known for like their national forest.
Oh.
So people like, and there's a thing called the Ring of Kerry, which is like essentially
sounds spooky.
A ring around like all of Killarney, and it's just full of all of these stops. So I was posting the day we were doing it, but we didn't even get to half of the stops.
What do you mean? What are the stops?
like just historical stops. So like castles,
I see. Okay.
things like that where you can stop and experience it.
Got it. And they had it all the way around.
Yeah, so you can like book a tour and it's like a 12-hour tour.
12 hours?
Yeah, we just decided like let's create our own mini version.
Let's do 2 hours.
Yeah, but it actually ended up taking us 7 hours.
Oh man,
yeah,
really?
Because like we just got distracted and like so it was fun. We got to kind of like build our own day.
For sure.
But yeah, so we got there, we did like the Ross Castle, which I have learned so much about castles. Do you know that it wasn't for looks? Like it was for protection?
Right, for military defense.
I'm out here thinking that like, it's like.
It's
what do you mean?
Princesses.
It's for princesses. Like it's royalty. Like when I walk in, it's gonna.
I mean, that too, but mostly for.
But like, I was just shocked. Like I was so fascinated. Like the murder hole. Did you know about murder holes?
What's a murder hole?
So it's like, it's designed to keep castles are designed to keep people out.
Correct.
So it's like they have, if you're trying to invade a castle, you got to get past the first wall. Then you got to get in through the door where they have like this like specific hole that like you can put a musket through and shoot the person like dead on.
Wow.
And then if they make it through that stage, then they enter this room. But right above is the murder hole where people are standing and like dropping blocks and rocks down to try to crush them. If they make it through that, they have to go up this winding stairs where they purposely make the stairs uneven.
Yeah.
And so it's like, and when you're going up, you're next to the wall, so you can't fight with your
sword.
Yeah, everything, like every step of the way. And then if they make it past that, like they have another contraption. Like I was just like, whoa, wait, all this time?
Where's the banquet hall? I'm going to throw a ball.
There's no library here.
I was like, this whole freaking time? And then we get up. So it's like, we have this sweet tour guide and she's like, we're going up each level of the castle. And so we get to the bedroom and everyone just sleeps in one room. She's like, even though it's like
who's everyone?
The chieftain, like he has a bed, but it's like his whole family. It's just like an open floor plan.
We love an open floor plan.
And like the servants, like they all just share one room. Once you're up the stairs for the nighttime, you can't go back down until day.
Right, for safety.
For safety.
Yeah.
And then the windows are like this big
Tiny.
to prevent archers.
Right.
You knew all of it? Do people know this?
I don't know. Yeah, you just pick up knowledge like that, I guess, through the years. But yeah.
I didn't.
Christopher, you didn't know that.
No, for real. That's like, I'm not saying it's common knowledge. I'm saying like I knew some of that lore for castles, yes.
And then it's like the top floor is like the banquet hall where they would entertain guests. And then just like learning about the sewage, what they do with the sewage system.
Do they show like where they poop?
Yeah, so like you go into the bathroom and
it's just like
it drops down, but then the fumes get rid of all the fleas in the clothing. That's why they keep their clothes in where they poop.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Like just in the same room.
Yeah, so it's called the guard room, which is where we get like wardrobe. Like it somehow like got
the language.
Yeah. And like, so when the feces and everything like starts to rot, it sends up a fume and it's like right where the wind blows. So it blows the fumes up and that fumigates the clothes to get rid of fleas and lice
wow,
and stuff.
How did they figure that out?
I don't know.
That's kind of interesting.
Who's the guy who figured it out?
Crazy.
It's probably one of those things that was just discovered on accident.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess this is called the Ross Castle, which is like the famous castle in Killarney. And so they lived there. It's like the O'Donoghue family lived there until they got overtaken because it like is really good against like
sieges.
Yeah, but when like modern technology started like and cannons became a thing, like the British like came and took it over. But then it was somehow got back to the O'Donoghue family down the road. And they had already like moved to then they started making castles, like pretty castles to live in. So they were in like their own mansion. They were paying roof tax because I guess like if your house had a roof, you had to pay roof tax on this building. And they're like, well, we're not using it. So they just chopped the roof off so they didn't have to pay.
Wow.
So the building itself suffered a lot of damage, but part of like once the Ross Castle got left to Ireland, they like rebuilt it and
now it's a historical site. Yeah.
I was just like,
wow.
That's crazy.
What great lore you have there.
I have so much lore. I was just like, this was me the whole tour. And then I was like, I can't wait to tell John this. And Lorenzo's like,
He already knows.
Like, I can't wait to spread the news about
murder holes.
But it was really helpful for later on when we went to Cork to the Blarney Castle.
Right.
I was like, I know all of this.
Yeah.
There's the murder hole. Duh.
Oh, you didn't know?
Yeah. Let me guide this tour. But yeah, so then we continued on our little Ring of Kerry tour. We saw like the Muckross house, which was just like a rich guy's house. And like they just had gardens. And then we did like a hike up to Torque Mountain, which was
Torque Mountain?
Torque.
Who named Torque Mountain?
I like Torque Mountain.
And then so then we were just stopping at all the little places, and I ended up running into the Atlantic Ocean with my mom.
Your old friend.
Yeah.
The Atlantic.
Which was freezing.
Wow.
And exhilarating.
So you were right on the coast, obviously.
Yeah.
So there's a beach there?
Yeah.
And you're just like, hey, do you want to?
Let's do it.
Great. How did you dry off? Did you have towels?
My mom was already planning on doing it.
So she had towels.
And then I was just like last minute, like, okay, I'll do it.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was a really long day. But we stayed, so we finally got back and we stayed.
Wait, you didn't tell us about the stone.
That's later on.
Oh, so sorry. Go ahead.
So it was our last night in Killarney, and the hotel we were staying at was like this really cute like B&B. Not an Airbnb, a B&B.
A bed and breakfast.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And they had a Michelin star restaurant that's a part of it.
Whoa.
So we had a reservation there, and we were the only ones eating there. So we got like,
uh-oh.
I know we were kind of freaked out, but it was like a Wednesday night. So we were like, maybe.
Still, at a Michelin?
Yeah. I'm like, maybe this is.
Not the place to go?
Yeah. And we also ate at 8 p.m. I don't know if we like missed the.
the dinner rush?
I don't know. But we got like one-on-one service, and the food was incredible.
Okay.
And like the best salmon I've ever had.
Wow.
And like.
You're right there.
Yeah, we're fresh ass salmon. And Lorenzo had oysters that were so bomb. Ooh. Like it was just all
we love oysters.
So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
And then we just like went to the bar and had drinks, and then we had to leave the next day, and we had to leave early because we were heading to Cork to kiss the Blarney Stone.
Okay, tell us about that.
So it was like Disneyland getting in there. Like you have to go through like this admissions
Wait,
thing.
Cork is a separate town from Killarney?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's about an hour and a half away.
Okay.
So we drove to Cork, and we knew we had to get there early because if you get there late, it's like a 3-hour wait to kiss the Blarney Stone.
Oh no.
And we were like, we're not doing that.
No.
Because we had to get the rental car back in Dublin. It was like a whole thing.
Yeah.
Because we weren't staying in Cork. We were just driving through to Dublin.
Okay.
And so we get there early, and there's no line, thankfully. So we were
like
able
early,
to,
like crack of dawn?
like right when it opened 8.
Okay.
I think it opened at 8.
Okay.
And like, so it's like so sketchy. The castle is like 3 times bigger than the Ross Castle that we were at.
Wow, really?
And it's like the stairs are insane. So we're just climbing up these winding stairs. And then like each floor you go to, there's another room, and they have these signs that are like explaining what the room is, like the ladies' room or like the murder hole, like all of that. And then you finally get to the top, and there's the Blarney Stone. So there are 2 guys there. One's like taking your photo, and then one's holding your waist. And so you have to lay down on your back, and then they push you forward, and so your head
upside down.
Yeah, your head's all the way back, and then he points like, "Oh, the Blarney Stone's here," and it's like so far down. So you just feel yourself slipping. So I'm just like, okay, and then you just give it a little.
Yeah.
And then they bring you back up.
For the folks who don't know, tell a little bit about the Blarney Stone.
So there's a lot of like lore. There's a lot of different like myths. On how it came to be. But essentially, it's like it's a gift that a witch gave to the guy that lived in this castle. And when you kiss it, you get the gift of the gab.
You don't need that.
I don't need the gift of the gab. So like, yeah, once you're done kissing it, they're like, oh, you got the gift of the gab. And
okay, cool,
I'm
thanks.
Like, yay. So we all do it. And it's like
even Lorenzo?
Yeah, so he has a gift of the gab.
Oh, great. I can't wait to talk to him.
Wait, what is a gift of the gab?
Like it's like you're getting like you get the power to be like more conversational, charming, like
a good
charismatic.
Like
Yeah. And so we all did it, and it's like low key, like slippery, like it was scary.
You almost died.
I feel like And it's just like, wow, the only thing keeping me from dying is this guy holding my waist.
Wow, and you got your photo taken and everything.
Yeah, but it was so ugly. I'm like, my double chin is out. I'm like,
you're like, I won't be purchasing
no,
that.
I'm good. I'm so good. Thank you, though.
Wow.
Yeah, and the photo of my mom, she's like,
oh, like she's scared.
Her eyes are so big. She's like,
do you have to pay to do this?
Yeah. Well, you pay like
an entrance fee or something.
Yeah, it was like €23, but it's like a whole garden. So it's almost like an arboretum. And then you go to the castle.
Okay.
So there's a lot to do
Okay.
on the site. And so, yeah, then after that, we were just like walking around and it was so cute because like, I want to write a book now.
Oh, do you?
Oh, my
listening,
God.
Hannah. You have my attention. Uh-huh.
There's just like, so like the Irish folklore is so cutie. And like this history of like the fairies and the witches. And so you can go on like this like tour, not like a tour, but it's like a self-guided tour. You're walking through the forest of the Blarney Castle. You get to learn about like the witch who gave the Blarney Stone.
Uh-huh.
And like she lives there, but you don't ever see her because she only comes out at night after the castle closes. But they have a stone that's like in the shape of a witch, kind of like I have a picture of it, and it's like not exactly, but like you can see it, like the nose kind of. And people will leave like money there. They'll leave necklaces.
Oh.
And there's this staircase where like you have to have your eyes closed, walk down and walk back up and only think of the wish. And she gives the wish to all the visitors in exchange for firewood from the Blarney Castle.
So you have to bring firewood?
No, so that's just like the deal she has.
Oh,
like,
I see.
He's like, if you want to take my firewood, then you have to grant wishes to.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So we did it, but it took us like 45 minutes to walk up.
Of course.
It was so scary.
With your eyes closed?
My eyes closed the whole time.
Wow.
The whole time. But yeah, it was just cute. Like I was like so obsessed with this like Irish folklore that I'm like,
Hannah Walker's about to write a novel.
I would love for you to come out with a book before Christmas.
Speaking of books, we're gonna circle back to your audiobook because
Wait, you listened to it?
I listened to it and I'm hooked.
No. Shut up.
First of all, you sound so good.
Thanks.
I had to keep reminding myself. I was like, this is AJ.
Yeah. Wait, I want to listen to it.
You have to.
Okay, yeah, send it to me.
I was like, there's no way this is AJ.
Okay.
It's crazy. But
He
so
could
good.
do your audiobook.
Yeah. So I'm just like be on the lookout for that. But I'm thinking like maybe like actually I don't want to say it because I don't want anyone to steal it.
Don't say it.
I'll tell you off mic.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a little Akatari.
A little smutty.
Oh, it's gonna be smutty for sure.
A little Irish. Talk about a murder hole, am I right?
Oh my God. But yeah, so it was really cute.
Yeah.
And then we went to Dublin. So that was a 3-hour drive. That was like our long drive.
To drive back.
Yeah, back to Dublin. And then we got to Dublin, we got to our hotel, and then we went to the Epic Museum, which is the immigration museum. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, wait, when you were in New York, did you do the World Trade Center museum?
We didn't end up doing
Okay. It was like kind of similar to that where it was like really like modern, but like so emotional.
Yeah. What were they commemorating?
So it was like just telling the stories of like people leaving Ireland because of the famine and like all of the struggles
okay.
Then it was like beautiful because it was like at the end. It was all the way it was organized was like the beginning and now like how like the influence that Ireland has had on like culture.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like the celebration part where like we're all from Ireland. Like, you know, everyone has roots in Ireland and like, so then you get to like add your family name and like research your family name and like all this stuff. So it was a beautiful museum.
Yeah.
Like
Did
really
you find
cool.
the walkers?
Yeah, it was so cool.
Wow.
And they had like sections on Irish dancing and like it was just really fun. And then we went to dinner and then the next day we did the Guinness. I feel like I'm talking so much.
You are, because this is your episode.
So sorry if this is boring for people. But we did the Guinness tour, which was again like so cool, like super modern museum, and they take you through like where they make the beer.
Where they make the beer.
Okay. Yeah. And I posted some stuff from the museum that were just like insane, like that water thing.
Mm-hmm.
You saw it, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So they like take you through all of the ingredients of how they make it and the history of it, all this stuff.
They're making it there. They're actually doing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you're like working, each floor is like a new thing. And then you get to the gravity bar, which is overlooking all of Dublin.
Yeah.
And everyone gets a free glass of Guinness. So they're just like pouring it. And there's like such a specific way to pour it. Are you aware?
No.
So it's like since it's from the draft.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you have to pour it to a certain level, and then you have to let it settle, because when you first pour it, it's almost like a light brown, like cream, like almost looks like a coffee with cream. And then it settles and it becomes that like dark black color. And then you finish it off at the top.
Yeah.
So like it was a whole process. It was really fun to like learn about that. Then you get to enjoy your drink. So we sat up there and I drink until the G, and then I pass it
to Lorenzo. Wow.
And then after that, we had a distillery tour, which is at a place called Row & Co., which is like associated or affiliated with Guinness, but they're doing their own thing. And there's like so much history in that specific on James Street of Dublin. Like that's where like Jameson is, and where all of these like whiskey places, Irish whiskey places were open. And then when the Prohibition happened, like they all died because America wasn't like purchasing whiskey from them. So that whole area was kind of like just nothing until Row & Co. Well, obviously they had the Guinness Storehouse, and then Row & Co. is one of the first whiskey or distilleries to come back, and
to
they
reopen.
honored the name. That was the original, like it was like James Rowe or whatever. So they brought it back. So we did a whole distillery tour.
Wow.
We got to like make our own cocktails. And then like
with the whiskey.
Yeah, with the whiskey. So of course we left with like 3 bottles of whiskey.
Of course you did.
Because we did a distillery tour in Killarney too, but it was honestly kind of trash.
Oh, not as good as this one.
No, this one was really good.
Okay.
And then after that we went and got lunch at a pub.
You're not there.
I was floating. Floating. But then we got to see like I've never seen this, like a guy get so drunk he just passed out at a bar. They had to like, he was just knocked out.
He fell? Or
no,
what?
he was just sitting there like this and like non-responsive, but breathing.
Oh.
And they had to like pick him up and take him outside. It was crazy.
Did they like throw him?
Yeah, kind of.
Like in the movie?
Yeah. It was like a movie. I was like, oh my gosh. And then that night we had the Shamrock Rovers game.
Oh, yes.
Which was the football match.
Footy match.
The footy match, which was so much fun. And like, it was just like
you
Ted
wore your
Lasso.
jerseys?
I wore my jersey.
Yeah.
They don't allow alcohol in the stadium. There's no alcohol in the stadium.
For a good reason, I'm sure.
I'm sure, yeah. So everyone was like pre-gaming at this pub across the street. So we were there and it was fun. And then we went to the game and it was just so funny. Like we were sitting in front. Well, first of all, you just buy a ticket. You can sit anywhere you want in the stadium. It's like general admission. So we were like, we got there so early. We were just like
in the front row?
Yeah, right behind the players. Like,
wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. I didn't know they did that.
Yeah.
But we were in front of these like old men, and the whole time they were just like yelling, like, and we're so close to the player. Yeah, kinda. But we're so close to everyone that I'm like, they can for sure hear you, and you're just like,
they're heckling for sure.
Heckling.
Yeah, you got to make sure that they perform.
Yeah.
There's this one guy. He said there was like the ref made a really bad call, and he said, "No offense, ref, but you're a fucking cunt." And it was so fun. Like it was such a good vibe.
Okay.
I loved it.
I'm sure that's the norm, right? That's so like cash.
It was so fun. They ended up tying because you can tie in soccer, but yeah, it was fun. And then they had like the fan section that they were doing all the chants and like yeah, it was really cool. So we just kind of like walked around and took it all in. And then
where was that? What city was that?
It was in Dublin.
That was in Dublin.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it was our last day. That was our last full day. And then the next day we didn't leave until 2:30 Dublin time. So we had our morning and we just kind of like walked around.
Your last Irish breakfast?
Yeah. Got our last little souvenirs and then went to the airport.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
And now I'm here.
Great recap. Wow. And you were fine on the way home?
Yeah. I watched all 3 Pitch Perfect.
Why is that what you chose?
Oh, wow.
I was like, zoom, zoom, zoom,
Yeah. And jet lag?
I'm fine. I got a little IV.
Yeah, tell me about that. Because when you told me, I was like, I texted my sister. I was like, should we do this?
Yeah. So we did it before we left. And then right when we got back. And like, I don't know if it's placebo effect, but I feel good.
Like your body feels like normal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, and it also has like a lot of like immune support things too. So it's good to get it before you travel anyways to give you that extra layer of protection. But
how much is that? A lot?
200.
For each of you? For one time?
But I have a membership at this place. So with the membership, you get a free one a month. So.
Okay.
So I got one free one and then I paid for the.
How much is the membership?
$149.
Okay, well, that's a deal.
I'm only doing it for 3 months just so like literally just so for this trip I signed up for the membership.
Okay.
Because I'll get like the B12 shots, which are only like $40
Where do you get those?
at the same place.
Okay.
I don't know.
Is it like a travel hack? Like you're supposed to do it before
That's
you travel?
what I kept seeing on TikTok.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm just going to try it out.
Okay.
And I was just worried about getting sick anyways. Like I don't know.
But you guys stayed healthy
Yeah.
throughout. Okay,
Felt
well,
great.
maybe it works.
And now I feel great. Like
yeah.
I feel like I adjusted fine.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's
Wow.
real, but I recommend it if you got extra
Okay, wow.
Lying
All right. Well,
and you're there for like an hour.
oh, because you're chilling.
Yeah.
Give us your final thoughts on this magical trip.
I think I'm still processing like the full weight of it, but getting to experience it with my mom was just like
both of you seeing your ancestral land. Yeah.
Was something that like it just like you can't really explain. Like it was just something really special. And I don't know, it was just fun. Like, you know, when you're on a trip and you just have inside jokes that start and then just carry throughout the whole trip. And it's just like those little moments were just so sweet.
Right.
And like the fact that I also got to experience it with Lorenzo and like it just all was just like
magic.
Yeah. And Ireland is just insanely gorgeous. Like breathtakingly beautiful. The people are incredibly kind.
Yeah.
And like the history is so rich. Like it's just like I couldn't recommend it enough.
Like you would go again.
Yes. And I think everyone should go.
And you're taking me with you.
Yeah, exactly.
So we can stay at your renovated
castle.
They turn it into, imagine? That's crazy.
But like not for safety, for looks.
No.
But there is a murder hole.
There is a murder hole. Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I think it's just something that I'm going to be processing a lot. Like it just meant so much. Like this is something I've been talking about forever.
Yeah, I know.
Since
like
you've known me.
Like you have a map of Ireland on your wall.
Yeah, like I was watching the Vogue 27 questions and I literally say my dream was to go to Ireland and I did it.
You did it, pal.
Yeah.
Wow.
It just feels crazy, you know?
And you would do it again.
Yeah, in a heartbeat.
Wow.
I want to live there.
Okay. Well, that's the bell. You heard it here, folks. You heard it straight from the
Sally
mouth.
O'Malley.
That you should go to Ireland and it's going to be just a magical, even if you get a flat tire.
Even if you get, there's girlies there that are ready.
There are girlies there who have your back.
Dude, I was just like.
It's like in Cars where they do it real fast. Wow.
It was cool. Okay. We love women in STEM.
We love women in STEM.
We love women in tire.
Okay, well, and you're going to tell something juicy in the Patreon section?
Sure.
Okay. Well, if you're not subscribed to Patreon,
sucks.
Here's your chance. Yeah, so follow us on the socials. You've posted so much already on the socials about your stuff. And follow us on the socials and listen to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Subscribe to Patreon. Wow, what a great recap.
Yeah.
I hope to give you a similar one.
I can't
when
wait.
I go.
I cannot wait.
I fear it won't be as
I think
magical.
It will be. I think it will be.
Okay.
I think we're going to have similar. I'm just really excited to talk about, because you're going on the ship with family too. It's just going to be, I'm just excited to.
That layer of it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, until next time, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun.
Bye. I was trying to sound like a Irish drinking song.